Welcome to Shadowgazer, where the darkest nightmares and forgotten legends are brought to life. Today, we're not just talking about Pennywise, the clown who terrorized the town of Derry, but uncovering the horrifying truth behind his painted smile, an entity older than Earth itself, known by only one name. But what exactly is it? Where did it come from? How terrifying are its powers? And what was its ultimate fate? Stay with me until the end of this video, because only then will you see the full horror behind that smile. Now, let's step into the story. Long before Earth existed, beyond stars and human comprehension, there was the Macroverse, an endless void where primordial forces clashed. Among them, two stood apart: Maturin, the great turtle of creation, and it, the embodiment of chaos and hunger. Eons ago, it crashed onto Earth, burrowing deep beneath what would one day be Derry, Maine. There it slept, hidden, waiting for prey. When humans arrived, it awakened, and the pattern began. Every 27 years, a cycle of terror returned. Disappearances, tragedies, rivers of blood, followed by silence. Adults forgot. The town forgot, but it never left. It only slept. It was no ordinary monster. It twisted into whatever its victim feared most: ghosts, lepers, nightmares pulled straight from memory. But its favorite disguise was Pennywise the dancing clown. Bright colors, a painted smile, cheerful laughter masking endless malice. Children followed the balloons, and were never seen again. Yet even Pennywise was just a mask. Beneath it lay its true form, the Deadlights, incomprehensible cosmic light that drives mortals insane. The spider-like creature glimpsed in the sewers. That's merely the closest the human mind can comprehend, and it was powerful. It warped reality itself, bending memories, twisting perception, blinding adults to horrors happening right before their eyes. The entire town of Derry lived unknowingly in its shadow, feeding it generation after generation. But arrogance is a fatal flaw, even for monsters. In the summer of 1958, the cycle began anew. Children vanished. Red balloons drifted through cracked sidewalks, and amid this terror, 7 outcasts found one another: Beverly Marsh, Ben Hanscom, Richie Tozier, Mike Hanlon, Edik, Stan Uris. Bullied, abused, grieving, but bound by one horrifying truth: they had all seen the clown. Together, they called themselves the Losers Club. Bound by fear and friendship, the losers descended into Derry's sewers. Hallucinations warped around them. The creature shifted shape with every heartbeat, and finally, they confronted its monstrous spider form. Armed with nothing but courage and belief in each other, they wounded the creature, forcing it into retreat. Before leaving, they sealed the blood oath: if it ever returned, so would they. Decades passed. The losers scattered, building new lives, forgetting the nightmare. All except Mike Hanlon, who stayed behind in Derry, watching, waiting. When the first red balloon floated across a rainy street, Mike knew the cycle had begun again. One by one, he called them home. Bill, now a famous writer, still haunted by his brother's death. Beverly, scarred by new abuse. Ben, no longer overweight, yet still lonely. Richie, Eddie, each carrying memories they barely understood. Only Stan Uris could not return. Unable to face the horror again, he ended his life, a chilling echo of how deep the scars ran. Reunited, the losers descended once more into the sewers. Reality twisted. Walls bent. Blood dripped upward. Laughter echoed in the dark. Pennywise waited, sharper and crueler than ever. The Deadlights blazed. Childhood fears surged. But in the chaos, they uncovered the truth. Its power was rooted in fear. Without fear, it was nothing. United, they mocked it, belittled it, called it small. The towering nightmare shrank to a whimpering husk. Together, they ripped out its heart. The Deadlights flickered and died. The sewers collapsed. Derry crumbled. The nightmare ended. The losers emerged into sunlight, older, scarred, forever changed. Memories faded. Their blood oath dissolved. They drifted apart, unsure if they'd ever meet again. Pennywise was dead. It was dead. But fear never truly dies. The battle in Derry is over, but the world is still crawling with horrors. Ancient gods that shake the skies, demons whispered about in forgotten myths, and bloodthirsty killers lurking in modern shadows. Their stories are waiting to be told. Which creature haunts your nightmares the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next step in our journey through the darkest legends of all time.